Yo, huddle up, huddle up,
Huddle
huddle
up,
up,
huddle up,
huddle up,
huddle
huddle
up,
up, huddle up, huddle up,
huddle up,
huddle up.
huddle up.
We got week 11 of the Ravens post-game review.
A somber one, man.
Very somber. Very somber.
Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Another one of those.
Rivalry fashion, man. That's
Yeah.
how we get down in the rivalries. And it's purely a Ravens Steelers type game. That's
Yeah.
what that was. That's exactly how they go. And in the past three, they haven't gone in mostly in our favor, man. So this kind of stinks.
Yeah. And you got your boy Mike.
Got your boy Rich.
Zay, man.
Yeah, and we about to break this thing down, man.
Well, my bad. Real quick, before we even go into it, we went to the bank today.
Oh yeah, shout out Pops. I didn't even know about that
big,
event, but
big salute.
we was down at the bank. It was a special event that they offered to PSL owners, and it was good vibes. It was good vibes.
It was
had decent food.
Watch party.
It was a watch party down there. It was super nice, and we got to see the rooftop deck, which was very nice as well. We got to see the skyline in Baltimore, downtown. It was very, very nice look.
Steelers, there's a couple Steelers fans there.
Sprinkled
I
in
knew
there.
it was going to be a few.
I think it was
though.
like 2 or 3. Yeah.
And they was all right for the most part. One came in a little rowdy, but they actually, them numbers was not nowhere near in their favor, so you just keep it cool.
They
man.
kept it humble. They kept it, in there.
Yeah.
So, and it was only 3 of them. So
Three
it
of
wasn't
them,
that many.
something like that, yeah.
We appreciate y'all huddling up with us. Continue to like, rate, and subscribe.
Yes, indeed. And please tell a friend and tell a friend. Share this everywhere.
Yeah, as of right now, like. Everything else is great,
Like it.
and we want you to do all of that, but liking helps us out if you want to see more content.
It's free to do, man.
It
Yes,
helps
sir.
spread the word.
Peace.
So the game just started off mad weird, bro. So we get the early Derrick Henry fumble.
Jeez, man.
Something he hasn't done.
He hasn't done that. And Derrick Henry,
in
he's
like
still
3
having a
years or
legendary
something like-
season. This
I
is the
don't
first
remember
fumble was
last
crazy.
I feel like he ain't
Yeah, he
fumbled in
hasn't
a while.
fumbled in
They
a
said like
long time.
530-something
Yeah.
snaps or something crazy like
Yeah,
that.
so that's what we
Of
knew.
course,
it
it's
was
the
gonna be.
Steelers game.
We knew it was going to be a divisional type game with that. Tuck is on trial.
Trial? No, the
He
verdict.
might gotta go,
verdict,
bro.
The verdict
Yeah,
is
the
in.
trial
He got to go, bro.
No, the trial. The verdict
Like
is in.
today. If they could get somebody that's serviceable, he might got to go today, yo.
It's alarming, yo. That's alarming for us because that was our bread and butter right there. That kept us in games. They had a kicker that was automatic,
Booting everything.
that needed to come through there. So it didn't make sense for me, especially with Tuck. We're not used to this.
Missing 40-something yard field goal.
Inside the 50,
How you
you
miss
automatic.
2 40-yarders and then make a
Make the field
50
for 4,
yarder?
yeah, like.
And then it hurts even worse because we lost by 2 and we would have been up 4 if you just did your job, bro. Utilized your leg.
Absolutely ridiculous.
But one
man.
thing that I was very, 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 very happy to see, Marcus Williams wasn't out there, and it was a
Wasn't
sight
out there.
that
Bro,
I noticed.
it looked like a totally different defense without Marcus
And they
Williams.
put cousin Kyle on his
Yes.
side, and then
Yeah.
my man was at Jackson. No, it wasn't Jackson. My man
Jackson was
Tony
in
Washington.
Washington, yeah.
Washington at the free strong safety, and boy,
It wasn't a rack of
wasn't
big
a lot
plays.
of flying plays out
Yeah.
there, bro. A lot of deep.
They
balls.
scored no touchdowns.
Yeah.
6 field goals
We
they
lost
beat us
to a
with.
team that didn't score any touchdowns, bro.
Can we give a hand to the defense? Oh wait.
Shout out the defense for
Yeah,
playing.
what he end up with?
Oh wait, you was out of your mind today,
Yeah,
yo.
was
Like
balling out.
Matabike, all of them guys,
Yeah.
y'all were playing out of y'all mind. Y'all did y'all thing.
Roquan had a great game too until he got hurt.
Yeah,
before
13.
He had- he was at
so,
13
so way to
tackles
redeem
at that
yourself because I was on you about them routes in the flat and all that stuff, and you covered them extremely well today. So
this is
shout
how-
out to you, bro.
This is how well the line, especially the red zone defense, it was fantastic. They didn't
Yeah.
allow a touchdown. They got down the field a few times, but they played so well, bro. Like even when they were running the ball, trying to draining the clock, that team, like clearly, because the Ravens offense couldn't sustain a whole bunch of drives, they had to stay on the field.
Yep.
But they never fully broke. And I'm
Yep.
like, salute to them because they was getting, you could tell they was getting a little tired, but they was holding it down.
It
Yo,
felt
like
reminiscent of that defense of last year where we were bend,
Yeah.
don't break. Or maybe that was the year prior where we were bend, don't break.
Yeah.
And that felt really good,
Yeah.
man, to get that positive outing from our defensive backs and the linebackers until, of course, Roquan went down. But
yeah. And salute Rich for pointing out that Kyle was back there.
Yeah.
'Cause I really wasn't. I knew it wasn't It was relevant. What did you point out in the first quarter?
I was looking.
But I didn't even notice
beginning because I didn't know because
we
I
was
heard
nervous.
Yeah.
Who's the one that didn't travel with the team because of some other reason?
I think it was Jackson.
That was Jackson.
I think it was Jackson.
So I was concerned. I'm like, all right, Jackson not traveling. Then who is going to be playing back there? Because it can't be Marcus.
Yeah, he's done.
I refuse
done,
that.
bro.
I don't want Marcus back there.
Marcus
no more.
Williams is done, bro.
I don't want him back there. And then 2-5, bro. Tre'Davious White.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like you,
For
bro.
the plays he was
Tre'Davious
in
White
there,
played
man.
well.
He played well. He stopped a touchdown.
A tug, yeah, and that was beautiful. And he turned his head around.
2 huge plays.
His whole body. He
His
almost
whole
got
body.
the
Yeah, he almost
interception
scored
at
a
the end.
pick. Yeah, he
huge
almost scored a
plays.
pick at the end.
Yeah. It's like Stevens.
So Stevens just he did
He
it one
turned his
time
head in the
this game.
first quarter.
Yeah, one time in this game, we was all going crazy. Like, finally, he turned around, and then he got cooked by Pickens later in the game, I think.
Yeah, they got to definitely swap their minutes, man. Or
Yeah.
start just tilting it slowly but sure. I know they, because Tre'Davious just got here.
He got to learn the playbook. He got to learn,
Yeah.
how we call things here under Zachary just getting used to our type of defense. And he looked like he's going to be fine.
Yeah, and like we said in the pregame review, Zach Orr said he was picking up the defensive playbook fairly well,
Yeah, he did say that,
which it
right.
looked like. It ain't look like it was no miscues or nothing when he was in there. But we got to put a trial out on the officials in the NFL at this point, bro. Like, in the first half, I think it was like 7 egregious penalties against us. Like, it was like 3 missed pass interferences that the Steelers did first off. Then they just started doing like weird stuff. Like, we just had so many calls. I'm like, bro, they seasoning up there for y'all at Heinz Field, bro. Like,
And that's my issue with it, right?
Disgusting.
Like, there was a few penalties that you like, oh, come on, you really going to call that on the Ravens? But overall, the Ravens got to do a better job of not shooting themselves in the foot. My main issue is there were clearly flags that should have been thrown on the other team, and they wasn't playing it. Like, you don't want to being one of those people like, oh, it's the refs. But in that game, like, they showed the Pickens clearly pushed off of Marlon Humphrey.
Pickens pushed
Clearly.
Lot
There was a
of
number of
And
holds.
the dude on the one pass interference, it was so egregious. I forget. It was Likely. Likely was going.
Oh, yeah, the other one.
Literally Likely had a first down. I mean, yo, tackled him before the ball got there, and they ain't called nothing. I was like, how do y'all do this?
Number 77 on Jones, whatever.
Yeah, he got called for
He
a
finally
couple
started getting called for holding, but he was doing a lot. Like,
Yeah.
They called it egregious.
they kept neutralizing penalties, but he was starting the mess for the most part. They finally started calling holding, but they were holding a lot on the offensive line. Russ was getting too much time at points, and then they was doing a lot of just defensive holding on the receivers, bro.
Yeah,
like, you telling me they
yeah.
never was getting open?
Yeah.
And we were seeing some of them grabbing jerseys, I'm like, dog, like, and then I would say it's cool if you're not calling it, and they didn't call a lot of pass interference, any maybe on the Ravens or not, but they called the defense a hold. It's like, bro, you ain't been calling it at all, yo.
Yeah.
Don't do that,
They
yo.
called an especially egregious hold on Ronnie Stanley, and it was either the first or second quarter.
Yeah, like
It was like literally just regular linemen
was
blocking.
technically you could, but it's like that's one of those you can call it every play.
Every
yo.
single play you're going to call that if you call it.
Yeah, that literally, I don't.
They got a little bit better in that second half, but honestly, some of that stuff, like the ineligible receiver downfield multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Just a few things you gotta
Rich said-
stop.
Rich said he did. That was kind of on him too, because I didn't realize like with the option, it is a little weird when you running downfield and you doing run blocking, and then Lamar pulls back.
No, I
on the
understand,
side, so
but
it's
like,
but you gotta turn your head around.
do you
and
see the
look and
Chiefs
what
get
he's
that
doing.
type of call? I'm
You
not
don't.
trying to bring it, but I'm just saying
And
like,
Andy Reid would make sure that was tightened up,
so it's
especially.
like, so they did cause. It's like, the Ravens get a lot of penalties for the most part every game.
Yep.
Factual.
I know they said it during the game. We are up there in the league.
I think they
as
number
far as
one.
penalties
Number
called.
one.
Yeah.
And
I
number
thought
one
it
in
said
penalties
that.
called and in yards.
That's the thing. That's weird, though. That either that's discipline on our side and coaching, like you said, or it's weird.
It's a lot of discipline,
Some sports
too. I'ma
and
keep it a
sportsbook seasoning is sounding like
I mean-
a possibility as well. You know?
It felt like a lot of seasoning in that first half for sure. I'm like, maybe too many people put in like too many parlays for Lamar to have a certain amount of yards by a certain amount of time. Because I don't understand.
But we got to get to the matter at hand, man. That very first half, that last play we got, bro, 30-something, maybe under 50 seconds left in the half. We are up 7-6 at the time. And we decided to throw a tight end screen to Likely, in which Patrick Queen, I think, makes a play on it.
Of all people.
Of all the people that could have made a play on it, y'all let Patrick Queen make a play on it and get a strip. Now, it didn't result in a touchdown, but it did result in points.
Which was
and put us down 2 points.
They lost by 2.
We lost by 2 points. So
I just
those
don't get the play call,
2 missed field goals in that first half from Tuck, and that play.
It was the game. They shouldn't have had to go for 2 at the end.
That killed us.
And and when you're playing your key division rivalry, it's the small stuff, man, that turns into monumental moments in a game. And my thing is, like, you had said it, Rich, when we was on our way up here. Like, Hards be coaching like it's Madden.
Yeah.
Bro, just run. Either hand it to Henry one time and see what happens, or kneel the ball. Because they were getting nothing. It was no consistency on the offense the whole first half. If you were able to get out of that half and be up by any point, it would have been 1. Get out of the half. Come on. Like, you putting likely in a weird situation that he doesn't need to be in. I mean, he has to secure the ball, but like
he wasn't going to break that.
Yes,
he wasn't. It was nothing he was going to do. Yo, it's like, yo, what are we doing?
No sense.
He was on like the 30-yard line or something like that. He was not breaking that.
Yeah.
So there was a dumb play call. It was stupid. And then that going for it. I don't know if y'all want to go straight to that first for the 2. The 2-point play.
No, let's go to that. We can go back. Yeah, because
go back to anything.
Because the coaching is like,
this is a coaching thing, bro.
That last when they went for 2, like you was
that
saying.
was disgusting. That play was disgusting.
If you gonna do something silly like that, I'd rather you if we gonna run the ball, just put Pat Ricard.
I wouldn't even be mad if they got stopped on the goal line with doing that. I'd be like, hey man, the Steelers just
some weird shift where Lamar had to do the Superman.
We didn't know what was happening.
There's no receivers in the back.
It's a blown play. I could tell it was a blown play.
And see, even I would have been comfortable just putting Lamar in the gun and allowing him to make a decision. Throwing out anything.
QB draw, whatever.
And not even a draw. Just give him the ball in the gun, give him space to just look and make him decide. Mm-hmm. If they'd have lost like that, you know what? They made a play and stopped him on that. But you put him in a position where he didn't have any options, honestly. Yeah. And then the whole thing was, why is Derrick Henry just not in on there? Even if the play isn't designed for him, he's such a threat.
It keeps him honest.
Yes, you have to keep them honest. You don't know
that defense honest, bro.
Yeah.
And even let's say you throw a short screen to him, right?
Yeah.
That's behind it, the line or right at the line. He's so big and physical. Maybe he falls in for 2 yards.
Exactly.
Yo, come on, man.
He literally, I think
it's silly.
Unless they stop him in the backfield, like when it's just a complete missed block, he's gonna fall forward, like you said, for 2 to 3 yards.
I'd be disappointed in the players, but sometimes you got to tip your hat. The position what they did right there was just put Lamar and the team in just a bad position that they didn't need to be. There's so many other options they could have did, and they chose that. Like, the Ravens should be unstoppable on anything that's 2 yards and under. Mm-hmm. 2 yards and under, they should get it almost every time. And they, for the most part, this year were getting it every time. They were amazing on third down all year and in the red zone. But this year, against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they just act like they forget how to play football.
Super weird Monken, man. Monken, I don't know what happens to him, man.
Yeah, because how many carries did Derrick Henry have today?
13 total carries.
Why does Derrick Henry only have 13
and they were
carries
never down
in a
by
game
more
where
than
we can't score like
5?
that?
No more than 5 at any point in the game, which means we should have been running the ball at some point. We tell you this every time, Monk, and it don't make no sense, bro.
Yo, he gets nervous. Yo, Zay called it. Yo,
I called it.
We down, he freaks out.
And this is the first time our defense was looking straight. Like, we should have been running the ball.
If the defense didn't look strong, we might have got cooked, bro.
Oh, we'd have got fried.
We might have got cooked,
We'd have got fried today.
As soon as I leaned over, as soon as they were down 5, I said, "Oh, Monken gone.
Yep,
it's
you said
over."
it. I remember when you said it.
It's
man.
over.
It's like he about to start passing that ball, doing weird stuff again.
Putting Lamar in a lot of weird
bro.
situations. Took a few sacks.
And then the pick, man. Oh, God.
That was an excellent
Another
play,
interception that was not Lamar
play.
Jackson's fault. It just was an excellent defensive play by the secondary.
Great play.
Because he caught it and then he snatched it away from him last second.
Right before his elbow.
Right before he touched the ground.
I can't even be mad at that. That was a hell of a play.
a hell of a play, man.
That was definitely a heads-up play. I can't give you a shout-out because you're on the Steelers.
No, I never shout you out. I'm never.
Yeah, that was definitely a heads-up play.
At least there was no, I will say this, there were no, they were going back and forth, so they gave the double penalties, but the Ravens didn't have any roughing, I don't think.
No, nope.
And they didn't have any taunting or extra stuff that, they've had a few of those penalties. It's like, why are you doing that right now? Especially they get those against the Chiefs for whatever reason, man. It's crazy. Yeah. But so I seen a lot of positives today. But just bone it like Tuck, dog, man.
Tuck.
I don't want to keep going back, but like,
nah, we gotta.
Because honestly, even with the stupid play call right before the half, if he just makes the 2 field goals,
and that keep the momentum up, that keep the energy up,
we would still be up by at least 3, I think.
Yeah, bro,
so.
come on, Tuck,
come on, man. That's easy money.
And that's how you know he's in his head, because every time he misses it, it goes off to that wide left every single time, yo. It just go. It look like it's going, and then it just curve out.
Yeah,
like,
it's
yo,
so weird, bro.
What are you doing, Tuck?
Y'all gotta let us know in the comments. Is that something for people who are kickers, bro? Like, is that something like if you're overcompensating, trying to? What is happening? Why is he launching it right?
Let
like
us
that?
know what's happening.
Let us know, bro.
Yo.
Like I said, the only thing I could equate it to is when you're at the driving range.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just keep firing off, and then eventually you're getting lazy because you're getting a little bit tired of your arms and stuff like that. So you're trying to overcompensate. You swinging harder than you probably even need to swing. So I mean, I'm not a kicker, but it would feel like it's something similar.
That's what
like
I'm
that.
thinking. I don't know.
That makes sense. That actually makes sense.
Yeah. Salute. Oh, listen, man. They came up with the loss, but Lamar was it was just a tough game overall. But the last drive, man.
Yeah, we got to give him big credit.
Putting him in position to win, man.
Zay, you cannot drop those anymore. Thank goodness Justice Hill bailed us out.
Zay he wound up getting the touchdown.
And he caught the touchdown.
He caught the touchdown.
Did catch the tug.
He
So
caught
he
the
got
touchdown.
it back. But yo, that one was like.
But Lamar, at that point, this year, all of the comebacks and stuff, he's locked in. Like no matter how the game may be going, because today was just not his day overall. Like just consistency wise, it would be a play here and a play there, and he didn't make any horrible plays. It just that interception was just an amazing.
That was literally
amazing play.
But that still goes back to the refs, like, because like you got to think it was a lot of pass interferences that they didn't call, and it's like, yo, he's never going to be able to get in his rhythm if he can't complete passes and stay on the field. Like the defense was out there 90% of the first half.
It was a lot in that first half.
Yeah, yo, they was out there a long time, and I want to give y'all a shout out because the defense has been trash all season. Y'all held it down till the end for real.
But we talked
they
about
was
it.
gassed. I know they was tired, bro.
The line has been good. The linebackers have been solid. We keep saying it.
Run defense. Our run defense is like top of the league.
Yeah.
But it's the pass
and they did
defense.
well today.
They did excellent today. But that pass defense
It was the pass.
on the money today.
And it looked better. That switch at safety, man, it made the big difference.
Yo, that's why y'all think I was being petty about Marcus Williams. Get
him out of here.
Yo,
he
was especially bad, bro. Like especially bad, because it's abnormal when a safety is just nowhere to be found when it's a deep play, like nowhere to be found. Like that Jamar Chase one was so crazy. It was like, yo,
he had 2 of them in that game.
It was nobody within 15 to 20 yards of him, bro.
Yeah,
nobody.
Yeah, but they got Lamar got to solve the puzzle.
He does have to get back. Like you have the ability to still run, my brother. Like, you got to make that decision.
I think it was like 2 plays where he definitely should have went. Bro.
You got to go, Lamar.
It was like he overthought it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean overall, like that, I always like. See, the reason I don't want to, you can't really cook him too much is because as much as you want to say, oh, he didn't have a great game, and I don't want to keep harping back to a certain team, but they just have an example of a lot of just situational stuff. Pat Mahomes don't be playing well a lot of these games. And they get down to the end and they always credit, hey, he found a way to get it done. And Lamar almost found a way to get it done. I think that last play, I'm like, he's going to get the 2-point conversion if they don't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
And
And we did the stupidest thing we could possibly do.
But all year, because, one of the big things is, Lamar and the comeback and all of that. I just want to make sure I stress this year, that was almost another comeback victory. I think it would have been the fourth one or something like that. He's locked in, dog. Like he looked frustrated a lot of the game. Of course, you're not getting into a rhythm and stuff like that. But situationally, and this is why I hark back on it. And I'm just saying they doing some things that are improving in certain areas. But I'm like, you can't win a Super Bowl situationally playing like that, because that's what it comes down to. How many playoff games? You just see teams get blown out. It happens, but that's not a rare thing all the time. Like it'll be 1, maybe 2 every playoffs, but it's a bunch of games that get played in the playoffs. It's infrequent. So it's like situational football is so key as it gets closer and closer to the end of the season. So it's like they just got to lock in. But salute to Lamar. I was happy, like I said, the way he was closing that game out. Because he dimed up, what's the interception? That was the first
That was
drive
a
he was going to
dime.
get down.
Yeah.
He was going
that
to get
would've
down
been
on that
beautiful.
drive.
That would've
So
been
he
beautiful.
he got
Yeah.
locked in on that fourth quarter. It just,
And that was after the Russell Wilson random interception. That was so random,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
It seemed like it was
was
destined for us to get this game, and then
What
we.
was
Oh yeah, shout out Marlo for that. Yo.
Yeah,
Shout out
salute to
Marlo for that.
Marlo,
I
yes.
forgot about the Marlo.
What were you doing,
and-
Russ?
and-
That was so weird, man. I was like, yo, he's trying to give us this game. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
And what I noticed on that one side, Wiggins be there when he's coming up to make a tackle, but you gotta wrap up, bro, because this is outside of the Broncos the worst offense we've played. So we got to tighten up because, like Zay was saying, like I want to give the guys credit, but outside of Pickens, they not nice, bro. Like we shouldn't have lost that game.
They're
yo.
running in big play. They play like a team in the 90s or the early 2000s. That's how you
Yeah.
do. You run the football, big play, maybe a few dink and dunks, but like, and that's how the Steelers have always played, honestly.
Yeah,
their brand
big
of
plays and
football.
running. Yeah,
It is.
man. So that's why I was nervous because I was like, don't let Pickens get one of them wild joints to beat you.
Yeah.
But man, let's talk about the few plays that what's his name? Justin Fields was in. Ravens. They're clearly running the ball with
yo.
him.
Yeah,
yo.
like yo. And
Especially that
somebody-
last one, he should have had the first down. It's like, dog, he's not throwing the ball, yo. Like, I'm not saying, like, I understand maybe he get a few yards, but like 8-9 yards and all, like,
that was OD.
it's unacceptable, man. Like,
We shouldn't have allowed them to get that first down either at the very end of the game. I know it would have been like a miraculous series of events that would have had to transpire for us to win the game. But somebody was back there for that stop and they missed the tackle, bro.
I wouldn't say it's overly miraculous because, like, I think
Somebody was
you was
back
questioning why they called why would they kick it deep instead of the onside.
Yeah.
And I was like, they have all 3 timeouts. If they get a 3 and out, which is, that's tough, but it can be done. They have like close to a minute to get down the field, after the punt.
Yeah.
So it was
got Lamar.
smart. They just wasn't able to get it done. And they were setting themselves up for a crazy comeback. That was one of the best situational moves that they made, was doing that. It just had to hold up. And one of the things is that even for the rest of the whole, like we kind of went all the way to the end, but once Roquan went out, a lot of them big plays in the middle started happening.
Yeah,
man.
things changed.
Things
immediately.
changed. They didn't get it. They still didn't get a touchdown. But even at the end, right? Because I think
That's because Harrison can hit, but he cannot cover, bro.
Yeah.
Number 40.
because even on the last play where they got the first down, I think it was Trent Simpson's. He got there, but flew past the running back.
Yeah.
And at that point, it was like,
Yeah,
dang.
that was the play I was
Roquan
talking
might
about.
have been
Like,
able
bro,
to.
Somebody was back there, and they could have, like, we could have stopped him. yo.
Roquan might have been there, man. And it's the small things, yo. That's why you can't shoot yourself in the foot. That's why you got to make your field goals. That's why you can't call silly plays before the half, yo.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to read the room and say, dog, I can't believe we're going up at the half by anything.
Yeah.
Let's just get out of this half. They get the ball back. Let's continue. Our defense is humming. They get a little rest from the half. Let's stop them. Let's just stop them, get a 3 and out, anything, and let's try to go down the field. But
Yeah, and I'm praying for all the homies that drove all the way up to Pittsburgh to watch that in person, bro.
I'm happy
Got
I
a
did.
long ride home.
I'm honestly happy I did. No,
Yeah, hopefully you stayed up there and you could, have a couple drinks and just, come back home tomorrow. Hopefully that's how y'all mapped it out, yo, because it was especially bad, bro.
what do y'all think is gonna? I don't want to forecast too much, but I'm like, we here now because they got to play them again at the bank.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think is going to happen in that game? Of course, you don't got to give a strong prediction because a lot is going to happen in between that time. And what do y'all think is going to happen? What do y'all would like to see them do? Because it's clearly a puzzle right now. Recently, because remember, it was basically tied up for years.
Yeah.
And even the points was like almost identical.
Yeah.
Now it's literally just now. You know what? I'm
think-
sorry. The Harbaugh thing is. I'm just.
Yeah. I think low key though we beat them in a convincing fashion because I don't think we gonna get like 7 to 8 sketchy penalties in the first half to just completely shut down the offense's momentum in Baltimore.
See, Mike.
Now you might get stuff here and there.
You doing it again, yo. Those penalties are gonna come. The game
They-
is gonna be
but they-
weird.
it was especially
it's a division
egregious,
rival.
bro.
I would be shocked if they beat them in a convincing fashion. It just don't happen, yo.
Yeah, you're right. The
It does
divisional
not
ones, because
happen.
even the Browns gave us
It's not even just
A run for the
divisional with
money,
this
yo.
one, though. This is the Steelers.
Steelers, yo.
This is a little bit different.
It's division.
It's just a little bit different than just a divisional game, unfortunately for us.
All the division games have come down to tight ones at the end, but the Steelers just consistently, yo.
Yeah.
And they're getting the better
just
of
like
the
that,
of the. It used to, literally, like I said,
It's rare that we blow each other out, either side.
yeah.
Either
It
side.
don't matter who's playing
Yeah.
better than who. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
who's having a great season.
So I think next game will be close again. I want us to take it. I say at max 6 points that we beat them by. At
I
max.
think we went in a convincing fashion, bro. I believe in it.
I don't know.
Because Lamar need that just to own his jacket, yo. 'Cause,
TJ
like,
Watt,
Lamar, like you
Cam
said,
Hayward, those guys are just
Hayward
different.
was crazy. He deflected
Giving
like
it,
3 or 4
he had at least
passes.
had 5 deflections at the
Bro,
line.
he
Yeah.
he
Just
deflected.
getting his hand up.
today,
Just
yo.
getting
Like,
his hand
yo.
up, yo.
He was on another level.
Yeah.
But that's that coaching. That's understanding what's going to happen.
Situation
And Watt got
football.
back there and
situational.
smacked Derrick Henry, but that was because Linderbaum missed that block.
Rosengard.
Oh, yeah,
No,
Rosengard. That was
Rosengard. My bad,
yeah.
Rosengard. Excuse me.
He just completely
Yeah.
didn't even put a hand on him. It was like,
Let
Yeah,
him come
bro
through
darted
clean.
in there and rocked him, bro. But we still got to run the ball, yo.
The good thing is, I think the next game is a Monday game, right? Monday night.
So they get like an extra day.
Against the
Get an
Broski.
extra day. They need it. Yeah.
Harbaugh
the
get
Harbaugh,
a game against his broski. You got to beat him, bro.
the Harbaugh.
gotta
And
beat
don't
him.
let a former Raven, yo, run all over
You know
or
Gus
anything
and
like that.
Dobbins are looking
Gus
forward
and
to try
Dobbins
to
are
run all over
salivating
top of
right
us,
now.
bro. Like, you know it.
It's going to be another physical game.
You know.
And I'm praying because they said a hamstring injury with Roquan, so that's going to be very pivotal if they got 2 decent running backs. Show like we got to make sure he healthy. So we waiting to hear what's going to transpire
Is
with
Herbert
that.
still playing? Justin Herbert, or is he hurt?
Did he
don't
hurt
know.
himself?
I don't know.
Last time I remember, he was
It seemed
hurt.
like he always like
He
ailing
always
somewhere
kind of
somehow.
banged up in the ankle region. Though, like, so
Nah, you don't
for
need.
him, like we'll see with Justin.
I remember they used to say he was as good as Lamar.
He got
No,
the money.
it was people saying he was better.
He got the money like
That's
it.
so
Yeah,
crazy.
he didn't even have to beg for him or that other.
Yeah, he didn't have to wait.
What's the other dude?
Trevor Lawrence.
got
Trevor
paid
Lawrence didn't have to
early.
beg for
They
his
both
money.
got
yo.
big bags.
Trevor
They had
Lawrence
to wait
got
a
paid
single minute.
easy. And they're so mid
Both
now.
mid.
The worst teams of all time. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars lost. Well, last thing I saw was like 52-6.
I don't know if he was playing in that game though. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence was playing.
But that's another
hope he
problem. He's
wasn't.
always hurt. They
Yeah,
always
he's
talk about
hurt.
how Lamar. Oh, he gets
True.
hurt, and we
True.
kept saying, "Yo, he got a regular injury in the pocket." They used to try to attribute
In
it
the
to
pocket.
running. It was in the pocket.
My
Anybody
boy
could
never got
like
hurt
that.
running. He's never been hurt running. He's
Never,
always
yeah.
been hurt in the pocket.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. But the reason I was definitely pointing out that they get that extra day is because this is very physical, man.
Yeah, that was a physical game.
Extremely.
yo.
It's
And
always
we-
physical.
You
but
know,
it's a
Travis
physical game.
Jones. Travis
Same
Jones
for the
went
Steelers, though.
down.
They was banged up, too.
I
Travis
didn't
Jones.
like Travis Jones going down, man. I like
Oh,
Travis
yeah,
Jones.
yeah. And
That's
he
my
looked like he
dog,
was
bro.
grimacing. He took his helmet
look a
off. It looked
little
like he
bad.
was crying. So hopefully
He did
ain't
look
hurt
like he
nothing
was
bad,
crying.
yo.
That look a little bad, bro.
Yeah. He walked off, but
already
he
lost
looked like he
Pierce.
was in pain.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Pierce and Travis Jones.
That's a problem.
Yeah,
That's
it
beef in
is.
the middle, bro. Pause.
And,
You know,
and,
we
and
need
that's why next week, like y'all gotta be locked in, man. You can't have everybody in the middle of your defense.
No.
Everybody. That's what it's looking like now. That's it's
So
getting a little-
I'm excited to see how they start putting Tre'Davious White in there. I think he's a playmaker. I think he's gonna be one of our ones outside of Marlon Humphrey that can get us the ball back.
man.
We need a guy that can get us the ball back.
If
bro.
he can get the ball back and Kyle continues to play like he did, and yo,
Kyle a menace,
we
bro.
mentioned Kyle, but yo,
Oh, I forgot about Kyle.
Kyle had
That
an
hit on
excellent game,
oh yeah, Pickens, he
Harris?
set the tone. I said Pickens Harris, yeah.
I'm nervous,
Najee, I
though.
know you felt that, bro.
And Najee was doing the first down joint, but
You
he
felt
was like,
that,
it ain't
Najee.
about that. I'm letting you know. First of all, y'all got to stop watching Saquon Barkley.
Bro,
why
tried to
was he
jump.
even
Yeah,
jumping?
he tried to jump at
He almost
Kyle
lost his
Hamilton.
life trying to jump.
Kyle Hamilton broke down, form tackle, drove him into
It was
the
a
ground.
perfect form.
Yeah.
Kyle was
Drove
waiting
him
for
into
him
the
to jump.
ground.
He literally
Like,
saw
stop
him. He's
playing
like, he's
with me.
about to jump.
That's how you know he be
met you
making
right in
form
the air,
tackles because
bro.
he caught a stinger in the game
Yeah.
too. I knew it. As soon as he ran off, then when that arm wasn't moving, I'm like, he got
Yeah.
a stinger, yo.
Yeah, man. My
Yeah,
dog.
but
bro.
I want to salute him because we always talk about it. And I said I thought he was the best defensive player in football last year. Bro, he's playing everywhere
Yeah, man.
on the field and
Yeah,
making
man.
plays.
In this
Yeah.
game in particular,
Everywhere.
loved him where y'all had him at because y'all would have him lined up at the safety free safety position, but he was able to move up on the line, and a lot of those runs he cut down a lot of those runs.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
But that's why a lot of that I mentioned in the game, about if the Ravens were somehow able to make it a Super Bowl and they play the Lions, like I don't think they would be worried about it because a lot of that little short stuff and all those little trick plays or dump downs or just running in general, like it don't work with Kyle and the Ravens. I think they technically the fastest team in the league when they did all the numbers or however however those people do it. The sports science people, they're the fastest team, and Kyle is just really not just fast. He's super smart, and he makes plays.
They stay home.
Yeah.
A lot of times if they have those, you saw those misdirection plays they do where it looks like they about to do a toss, but it's actually a dive up the middle. So they drawing everybody to this side, but it's just a dive, really. So like Kyle was able to sniff out a few of those, and that's impressive, man. And like you said, your boy Wiggins, he learned how to wrap up.
He come in, because he be right in the perfect spot. It's just like, yo, just wrap up, wrap his legs.
But he gonna learn,
good,
man.
bro.
Mm-hmm. He's playing. He
still
well.
hasn't been scored on either.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
he's not getting a lot of passes
nice,
scored on him, so that means he's doing something right.
Excellent
over there.
pick, yo.
Yeah,
excellent draft pick, man. Yeah, and like just the running defense was still really good because even when they started getting worn down, they still held up. The secondary is looking better, so there are some positives to draw from this. Even though the Steelers' offense isn't that great, but still there are positives. They didn't allow too many big plays.
Yeah.
And they held up in that red zone, that's what you love to see, that red zone play.
Yeah, no, that was phenomenal red zone play.
There's some
they only
things,
kick field goals, bro. So.
6 field goals they beat us with,
6
bro.
field goals.
Yeah.
My thing is,
disgusting.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say. Well, on that, and we'll talk about Well, we talked about the next week game, so we don't got to worry about that. But the one thing I said is, you just got to be the hot team sometime down the stretch of a season.
Yeah.
The Ravens have faced virtually every situation at this point.
Yeah.
Like there should be lessons to be learned about everything. They beaten themselves in every game. Bill Belichick spoke about it. He said it's the Ravens versus the Ravens. They don't even lose the teams. They just beat themselves. And Lamar talked about it. We got to stop. He at the post. I look real quick. He said we got to stop beating ourselves. Basically,
he was talking about that AFC
that's
championship.
annoying, bro.
So
it's
still feeling that AFC championship.
Yes,
I know he is.
So it's 6 games left. With 6 games, it's time to get hot. You've
Yeah,
seen
we gotta
everything
get hot,
this year.
yo. Turn up, yo.
There's no more excuses. You've seen everything this year. You lost in crazy ways. You won in crazy ways. You've blown a team out. Everything but getting blown out. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think they are overall too good for that.
Yeah,
but it's like you've
done
seen
pretty much everything but get blown out.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Monken,
Just get hot.
stop freaking out, yo.
Yeah. You gotta
Stop.
13
freaking
carries
out.
in a game that's been close the entire
That don't
game.
make no sense, son.
Come on,
And
man.
low key, if we can't get Tuck out of there, yo, like if we
Just go for
close to the
just go
red
for it.
zone, just go for it.
If
yo.
you
Just go for it every time, yo. If it's too bad, if we too close to kick a punt, go for it.
If
yo.
you on the 40,
you have to.
on the other side at the 40, and let's say it's 4th down, just go
Just
for it.
go
at that
for
point.
it. We have to, yo.
Don't kick
I agree.
it. Just don't kick it.
If it's
If
not
you miss
inside
it,
of
if you don't get it,
35,
just
I
play
don't want him
defense.
kicking
Yeah,
that
yo,
ball,
just go for it, yo. We got Tuck.
Because it's
got
just
to go.
It's too shaky. What I will say is, you give him the first field goal try in any game. For most part, anything 56 and under, you give him that. If he makes it, then you keep it rolling. But if he missed that joint, you just gotta go. I said with Tomlin, and this is true because he's done this type of stuff in the past. If Tuck would have missed them field goals like that, or even if he would have been past midfield, he'd have just kept going for that for a while. It's like we're not about to lose like that. We'll lose another way, but we're not about to lose because our kicker just can't get right. So, but yeah, man.
Another week, man.
Another week.
Continue to huddle up with us, man. We love the
Appreciate y'all.
engagements.
Like, rate, and
comments,
subscribe,
like,
baby.
rate, and subscribe, man. We appreciate it, man.
Thank y'all. Have a good one.
We here win, lose, or draw.